This is a brief demonstration of adding audio feedback to grades. There's a couple different tools you could use. One is better than the other, I think, but I'll show you both. So the first thing I'll show you is the built-in tool that's a part of the Grade Center. So if you go to an assignment and go to the student's attempt and click the feedback to learner box, so you see the feedback area here, click on the open full content editor icon, and that's going to take you to a full content editor, and you'll see 3 rows of tools. Click on the add tool at the very end, and you can choose insert from webcam, and this will connect to your webcam, and you can choose whether you're recording audio and video or just audio. Right now I have just audio selected. I'll click the start button, and I can start recording. Maximum length of recording is 5 minutes, so just be aware of that. Also be aware that what I record is not closed captioned, so if you may want to include a transcript or create a transcript of what you're saying, or type what you're saying as text feedback that reiterates what you're saying here in the recording. Okay, so once I'm done, I click stop recording, and I can preview it. If I wanted to, I can click save and exit to embed that, and I will just rename this example audio feedback. I'll click insert recording, and now that is a part of the feedback. When the student views this, I'll just click submit to save it. Oh, I gotta put in a grade. Put in a 33. So now I'll go into Blackboard as a student, and I'll show you what the student experiences with this form of feedback. So, oh, I think I'm logged in as the wrong student. Hold on. We'll go as the right student to see the feedback. Okay, and here, example course 1, my grades. Okay, so here it is. So if I can click on the feedback icon, I can see any text feedback that was typed here, but also the audio commentary. So if I click that icon, a player shows up and I can play this.
This is a demonstration of recording audio feedback using a built-in tool.
Okay, notice there's no closed captioning here. So that poses an accessibility risk, and the college, I think, requires us to provide closed captioning for any audio or video that we share with students. And the alternative tool, which does take a little pre-planning to use, will automatically add captions for you. And that's the YuJa tool. So if you don't have YuJa in the course, you can add it to your course by going to your add menu option at the top of your menu, choose tool link, and just create the YuJa tool. So choose YuJa and then name it YuJa. You don't have to make it available to students. You can leave it available just for you and click submit. But you'll see I have an example here of it, so I'm going to click on YuJa to access it. And what you may want to do when you're in YuJa, first thing possibly, is to create a folder. Call this feedback to students, just to organize your content. And what you can do is then you can click on the folder to access it. Okay, and then when you're in here, you can create a recording. Now there's 2 different options. You can use the YuJa recording tool that downloads to your computer, or you can record with Browser Capture Studio. But I've installed the tool on my computer, so I'm just going to use that first option. Click Start. And what should happen is the YuJa software capture tool should open. And first thing I want to do is give this a title. Call this feedback for Annie asterisk. Okay, so here is the feedback I'm creating for Annie, and the video is going to be called Feedback for Annie, Example Course 1, Assignment 1. Now the options here, I can choose to show my webcam, I can choose the audio source, so I'm going to make sure I'm choosing the right audio source. It's my headset, and screen is what I'm going to show students. I'm going to show them what I'm talking about as I show it on the screen. If I wanted to, I can add the Annotation Tool, which allows me to draw attention to what I'm talking about at the time. So if I want to point an arrow at like a piece of text on a document, I can do that with the annotation tools on the screen. Alright, so before I start recording, I want to make sure that I've got my audio selected. Whoops. Headset, and it's on. Okay, so I got my audio on, my screen on, that's good, and I got a name here, so I'll click Start. And let's say that this is what the student submitted to me. Just pretend it's a file. And see how there's these annotation tools at the bottom where I can use highlighter, I can just highlight and draw attention to that piece of the document. And there's other tools here, like cursor modes and custom pens. I can draw and doodle on top if I wanted to add some emphasis or provide further guidance through annotations on the screen. Once I'm done recording the comment, I can click on the Finish button. And let me get out of here. So I'm going to see then this message from YuJa, the software capture session has ended. I can click Save, and that's going to upload that into my folder. So I'm just going to give it a moment to finish that. And I'll go back to my media, and I will see that here is this video. And it didn't put it in my folder. I can always drag it into my folder. Like I can just drag this other feedback here, put it into feedback to students. I can put this other event in here. But once this feedback for Annie is ready, I can embed this in my course in Blackboard into the student's grade. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer because it's a very short clip. And notice how the thumbnail has added a little image behind the audio. Okay, so we're just going to wait while this is done. I can look at the info on it if I wanted to. Okay, and while we wait, I can just show you how to attach this. So once that video is processed, I can go to the Grade Center. And let's say I just want to add this to a student's grade for, let's say, the document review. Or maybe, yeah, here, I'll go to the student and actually here, I'll go to View Grade Details and I will go to Manual Override. Wherever you see the feedback to learner box, that's where you can go. If the student didn't submit a thing and you manually typed a grade, you could go to the Manual Override area. So I'm going to click the three little icons, click the Add button to show, go to Add Content, and then here I choose my YuJa Media Chooser. And in this list I can choose my feedback. So I'm grading Colin, so I'll choose the feedback for Colin option and insert the content. And so that video just gets embedded like so. And then I can add some text here that says, like so. Okay, and I'll click Save. It looks like Annie's video is also ready, so I can go over that again. So I can go here and then go to view grade details, and I can edit that grade or view her attempt. Either way, it gets me to a screen where I can insert that feedback. So here's where I added the other version of the feedback. I'm also going to go to the add content area, choose YuJa Media Chooser, and I'm going to choose that video I just created for Annie, and I'll insert the content. Okay, and I'll click Save. So here's an example where I added both types. Alright, now what I can do is, as a final test here, I'll just look at this. I'll look at an example here, and let's just see. That's that first type of grade, and what grade was this? This was assignment 1. Okay, I'm going to refresh my screen. I'm looking at this as Annie. Okay, so I'll go back to my grades. Didn't I just submit that? Let's just try this again. I may be in the wrong course. Okay, so example 1. So I'm looking at example 2. Yeah, okay, gotta go to the right course. So I was in example 2. Okay, so here we go. And then I believe this was it, right? Yep. So here's that first type of audio video commentary at the top, and then here's the embedded video at the bottom. And let's see if the captions are available. It usually takes about 10 minutes or 15 minutes for captions to become available. And let's say that, so when the captions are available, they'll automatically populate in the video. If I were to show you Colin, his example, you'll see a better example of that, because I recorded Colin's audio feedback before I did Annie's. So let's just go here. I'll go to example course 1. I think I added it for him. Yeah. Document here, and I'm just making some comments. I'll just insert. You can see then that the captions are automatically there. So I think this is a richer tool because of the captioning, but also the flexibility and options. You can record the screen, annotate on top of the screen to draw emphasis to what you're talking about to the student, provide them examples. Okay, so those are your two options for adding audio video commentary.